Good morning, good morning, good morning. I hope you guys are having a great weekend. My name is Sean Dexter. I'm back to you yet again with another Bitcoin USD analysis video. We are going to keep this one short and sweet because, hey, Bitcoin is still within our no trade zone. Remember what we talked about. Our level to the upside, 8,170-ish. Our level to the downside, 7,200. And we said that all the way around here, right? We were looking at those targets around here. We said if Bitcoin breaks below that level, we will enter no trade zone until we break 7,200 to the downside. And what do you know, we're ranging between those two zones, 8,100, and we actually got to 8,153, and we'll talk about that in just a moment. And to the downside, we got all the way down to 7,400 and 7,414-ish. We did not make it down to 7,200. A lot of people are waiting for that zone, one, for the CME gap to fill, and two, just to be buyers there because they think that's a good spot. That being said, Bitcoin doesn't usually give people what they want, not that easily. It gives it to you when you least expect it, so you always got to be ready. That being said, we did get a move that people weren't expecting, but we did talk about yesterday, and most of the action has been happening on the lower time frames. So let's go on over to a 4-1. What did we talk about? What were we talking about in yesterday's video? Do you guys remember? The descending triangle, right? Let's go ahead and put on drawing tools. We talked about how this is a bearish formation. This is a bearish formation and typically should be breaking down to the downside, right? But we talked about how these are just probability plays and they could break to the upside, and Bitcoin has been doing these on the lower time frames, putting in these obvious formations and breaking the opposite way. It has been doing it time and time again. We talked about it over here too. Go back and watch those videos, guys. Like, Bitcoin has been so obvious recently that it's too obvious to be obvious, right? You start doubting the obviousness of it. But look at it, it did it again. And the measured move, like, let's go ahead and adjust that to like, we talked about this in the video over here, okay, on this 4-hour candle. And what do you know, while I was posting the video, while I was uploading on YouTube, the very next candle, it went and broke up to the upside, and we almost got to a measure move. We were aiming for 8,145-ish, and we got to 8,138. Hey, close enough, right? But look at what Bitcoin has done after. But Bitcoin has been making certain moves that has been making me wonder if we'll actually even get down to 7,200. But it's too early to say. But let's go ahead and put on our EMAs, and we broke past the 21 EMA, and remember what we talked about. We said that if Bitcoin actually breaks this triangle, we're going to go and break two major EMAs, the 21 and the green 55, and we actually got over the green 55. We didn't close over the green 55, but we did come and close over the 21 EMA, and we've done 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 4-hour candles now over the 21 EMA. This is beginning to look like reaccumulation. This is beginning to look like reaccumulation, and that means we are likely to start moving to the upside. These EMAs are going to start bunching up closer and closer, tighter and tighter, and if we break to the upside, we are going to be breaking that major 8,200 range, right? Remember what we talked about, guys. If this happens, if we even close a 4-hour candle here, I'm going to be prompted to start getting back into my position, my margin trade position. I've not gotten out of my BTC position. I won't be doing that unless something drastic happens, but that's a conversation for another video. I want to keep this one short. Okay, yeah, so going back to this, if we break over this is going to look like another just another trap, like liquidity hunt, reaccumulation, and move on to the upside. And we talked about this over here, guys. I've been talking about this for so many videos now, where I said at around the 5,000-ish level, right? We put it in an ascending triangle. We broke, was it here? Yeah, it was here. We put in an ascending triangle. We broke to the downside. Instead of going up and having a continuation move to around 6,000-ish, we broke to the downside instead, just reaccumulated, and then moved onward and upward while everybody was waiting for the move to 4,000-ish, right? They were either waiting for 4,600, some people wait for 4,200-ish, but we didn't get that. We didn't get there. Instead, we just went onward and upward, and we not only met our target at around 6,200-ish, I think we were looking at. We just went, we overshot and started making new targets, right? Are we going to do that again? Look, we put in an ascending triangle, right? We broke to the upside. We did not meet our expected target of 9,600. Instead, we came and broke back into the triangle, okay? Came down here, and now it looks like we're reaccumulating. And now we break to the upside. Are we just going to keep going on and upward? It's going to be interesting to see how this plays out, right? If you go on to a 12-hour, and I posted this on the Mango Telegram group, by the way, so go ahead and join the Telegram group, because we do talk about things intraday that I don't get a chance to talk about in the videos, or sometimes I just forget, right? I was supposed to talk about this and I just forgot. like on the 12-hour, look at this. Ever since we broke down, okay, I'm going to go ahead and hide the drawing tools. Ever since we broke down below the green 55, this was actually, if we had closed the 12-hour over the green 55 over here, I would have probably gotten out of only half of my margin position that I had gotten over here. But because we broke completely underneath, I gotten out the entire position. And what do you know? We came and broke up again the next 12-hour candle, and I was like, oh damn, well, that happens, that's trading. But look at what happened after that. Every 12-hour candle after has stayed above the green 55. The bears weren't able to keep it down below the green 55. The bulls consistently defended this line. To me, that's extremely bullish. And look at this move here. Look at this candle. Okay, don't look at the reddishness of this candle, guys. Look at the wick. The bulls managed to push price back up all the way, not only back into the triangle, but that we were looking at. Remember, we were looking at a symmetrical triangle, also the descending triangle, but they also kept it above the green 55 and convincingly at that too. This was my big sign. I was expecting a retest of the 21 here on the 12-hour. And you know what, guys? Now on the daily, look at that. We've retaken the 21 EMA on the daily as well, right? All that's left. Remember what we were talking about in yesterday's video? We were expecting a retest of this, right? Just yesterday, I said we're going to get a retest of this and it's going to get rejected the first time around. It's a high likelihood of that happening. And it did. Now the question is, are we going to break to the upside of this? Because if we break past the Tenkin, look at what's going to happen now. If we break over the Tenkin, okay, I have the green line already drawn there, but we're not only going to break the Tenkin, and that's bullish on its own, but look at this M formation over here, this double top. The neckline is right there. We're going to be breaking that too. That's going to confirm that this was just essentially this. We're going to use U bottom up, and it's going to end up looking like a bull trap. I mean, a bear trap. Sorry. And yes, I'm not going to have 9,600 as my target anymore. I'm going to be looking further. And I've been looking further ever since we started this, right? Ever since we started this journey on Mango, I've been looking at what? On the monthly, guys, that you play when Bitcoin enters its bull trend, right? Once you confirm that, hey, maybe we are starting a new market cycle, you can look at the daily to start accumulating a Bitcoin on a higher, start accumulating more Bitcoin for sure. But look at the monthly, and you know that we will be looking at much higher targets. And it is kind of foolish to start worrying about 500 to even $1,000 moves to the downside. Like even coming all the way down to 5,000, 6,000 ish is going to seem so trivial at the end of it when you're looking at much higher. We're going to be making. There's going to come a time where we're going to be making moves of like $1,000 a day, and that's not going to mean much at all to people. So just keep that in mind. So yeah, that's Bitcoin for today. There's not really much to talk about. Again, let's go ahead back onto our daily, and we're waiting for Bitcoin to break this green zone over here. But I'm gonna likely start getting back into position around 8,170, like I talked about. Again, I'm waiting for the 2-day, right? The 2-day is going to be my big sign to be getting back in. The daily, if we close like at least 3-4 hour candles or like a 12-hour candle above the zone I talked about, right? Let's go back to the 12-hour. Above this, yeah, you know what? Put on EMAs. Let me think about this. If we close a 12-hour above the zone here, I may start getting back in a bit earlier. At least start taking a starter position, because it's very likely we make a move towards 8,770-ish. That's just me being a little bit of a front runner there, but Bitcoin's looking so strong right now. If it does this, this reaccumulation happened so fast, right? Over here, it took a little bit longer and then went up. It's getting more and more aggressive. You think Bitcoin would want to slow down over here, but no, we'll finally be making, this is the correction, right? People were looking for, hey, maybe this was good enough. Like how much was that? 18%? 18%, not bad, right? So yeah, that's Bitcoin. Let's talk about Ethereum now, right? Is Ethereum doing anything special? There's not much else to talk about Bitcoin. It's looking stronger than people expected. Right? That's just all I have to say. Let's go back over to Ethereum now. We have Ethereum on the daily, and Ethereum has retaken the 21. This bull wick over here, this bull candle over here, and then indecision stayed over the 21. And remember what we talked about indecisions. When you are in an uptrend, you are likely to keep going in an uptrend. But hey, let's see how today pans out. The 2-day is where we've been following Ethereum, right? If we do take over this 10 SMA over here, that's going to be extremely bullish. And to me, I think once you take this over, that's going to be the big trigger to get ready. and we are likely going to break this. Oh man, that's okay. So it's going to break the 10 SMA and likely the 200 MA in one fell swoop. Okay, remember the 200 EMA on the 2-day is lining Ethereum from the downside. Let me go ahead and pull that up for you guys. Lining Ethereum from the downside. So we're getting sandwiched between these major EMAs with the 10 SMA pressing down upon Ethereum from the upside. If Ethereum managed to break over the 10 SMA, I think it's going to break the 200 EMA. The 200 MA as well, and we've got to close though. We've got to close the 2-day over that, right? Once we do that, that's going to be the big trigger for Ethereum. And if you guys are watching LTC, to me, LTC is giving me signs that Ethereum is not going to be waiting around while LTC makes its move. It's not been doing that, so you could use LTC as a leading indicator for Ethereum to move to the upside. Okay, so let's see. Let's go ahead and look at LTC. Let's see what LTC's been doing. It's made a move, right? On base B. Yeah, let's go ahead and write this. Yeah, LTC is looking strong. If you guys are in this trade and you guys took this trade, like, good trade. I think it did come and give you a perfect read. Oh, not really, didn't give you the best. Oh, this is a 2-day though, so let's go ahead and look at the daily. Yeah, this was the really good buy zone, and this is, I mean, you know what, we still have no, this is a breakout, man. This is a good buy spot too, to be honest. Yeah, LTC looking strong. Probably make a move to 141 like we talked about. Do you guys remember? We talked about this a few videos ago. And we talked about this classic move too, right? Breaking out, coming back in, making the U, and yeah. So this is why I don't play patterns too much, because it's so easy to fake people out. Like, I'll use them to add a booster to my trades, but I see these things playing out so often where they draw the perfect pattern and then they trap retail traders who are looking for the more obvious moves, right? But you got to like anticipate these things. You got to anticipate these things and be one step ahead. That's what gives you your edge too. When you start figuring these things out, I really recommend you guys keep a log of these things that you notice. If you start noticing things, and you guys are gonna notice things that I'm not noticing, that's your edge, man. That's your edge. Okay, so LTC, we talked about Ethereum, we talked about BTC. Going to keep this video short today. Things are looking good. Things are looking better than we thought it would be, right? BTC did not make that again. Get your move to the downside and no follow through. There's no sell follow through to the downside, man. Like, we had most. I'm just not seeing the selling that you would expect if a larger move is to come. Maybe this is just a trap. Maybe this is just a bounce to trap more buyers. Who knows, right? That's why I'm waiting for this green zone to break. That's why here at Mango we take the easy trades, right? When we dictate that, hey, this is we are about to enter a no trading zone, we'll stick to that. We'll be disciplined and we'll wait because we won't take the easy trades. Remember, even though we had this huge dip here, our rules did not get us out of the trade. Our rules kept us in, right? We stayed in this trade and we got a move further to the upside. And what do you know? Even though we got out over here, it was much higher than us getting out over here. This would have been crazy to get out of, right? I mean, not crazy. It would have been brutal if we got out over here and then we made this move to the upside all the way here. It would have been painful. But hey, what do you know now? Now we got out somewhere around here-ish, 7,000. Actually, damn, this is going to turn out really well because we're going to be able to get back in with only 5%. We've lost 5% of the trade. That's it. When we got it somewhere we got this entire move, okay, and now everything's going to come back into equilibrium over here and maybe start a new trend. That's going to be beautiful. But hey, who knows? I don't want to get ahead of ourselves. That's Bitcoin for today. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Throw a like, throw a subscribe. Go ahead, go enjoy your weekend. I'm going to enjoy my weekend. Going to go out for a nice lunch later today, watch a movie, chill, and enjoy the nice evening. I'll see you guys in tomorrow's video.